Construction complete. Construction complete. Construction complete.
The annoyance of having to delay a war. But at least all my stuff will have afterburners and it'll be faster, so should be able to accomplish more per war. Maybe about a year delay getting into the war, 2 years versus 4 or 5 years delay because of how long it takes me to fly around. Potentially, at least. Ooh, I did know these were all coming.
Vessels upgraded. Vessels upgraded.
I'm going to have to do some makeovers on planets, as they're terrible. I'm looking at that and I'm like,
Construction complete. Star system charted.
I clearly did one too many here. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. I can't afford to wait. Or maybe I can, but it's just not worth doing.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
I am pleasantly surprised that I have not heard a peep from these guys. Despite me being right up against them. They don't seem to be at all upset about it. Suspect things might be a little different once I take these guys out as well. But if I do things in a certain way, I won't have any of these border systems.
Vessels upgraded.
Let's go for the heart.
Vessels upgraded. Vessels upgraded. Vessels upgraded. Vessels upgraded. Vessels upgraded. Vessels upgraded. Vessels upgraded.
Alright. What was happening on this front? Nothing regarding fleet, so then, yeah, guys are free to go.
Star system charted.
Ugh.
Construction complete. Vessels upgraded. Vessels upgraded. Vessels upgraded. Construction complete. Construction complete. Construction complete. Construction complete.
And my anchorage power has once again come to about where my fleet power is. Very, very useful. This is going pretty well, actually. I was already aware of that.
Vessels upgraded. Construction complete. Star system charted. Vessels upgraded. Vessels upgraded.
So much to do. Trying to do this at full speed. I've said it a couple times. It takes a bit of my focus.
Building route.
I would be shocked if this entire thing gets a lot of views. I'm already figuring what I'm probably going to do is upload an edited version where the majority of the game is sped up like crazy, and I just show the interesting moments. a bit of using the glitch throughout the whole game. Bits where I'm attacking. And then have the full video available to watch, as many hours as it's going to be. I know there's at least 5 or so hours so far. It's going to be extremely long. I think it was about 22:18. Up to that point, I was basically trying to abuse it as efficiently as possible, pausing it every time. After that, I've tried to not be pausing it while I do it. I still have to pause here and there. I don't want to give the computer too much advantage because I can't react as fast as it can.
Vessels upgraded. Vessels upgraded.
Computer will never match a human in intelligence, but it can definitely outmatch for reaction speed and number of actions per second. Now, if you program it right to the point where it can mimic intelligence enough to actually play well, it would dominate a human just from reactions alone. The ability to see everything constantly, every single second, having an exact photograph of everything that's going on, every microsecond even. Humans can't focus on defocus it. It's not the best way of putting it. Basically, humans are not good at focusing on multiple tasks with extraordinary detail. We can do a little bit of multiple tasks. If they're related, it's one thing. If they're unrelated, it's something else. Walking and talking isn't too hard for most people.
Star system charted.
But you're not going to be walking quite as well as you would be if you were just walking. Computer would be relatively unaffected. It just keeps flipping from one to the other every microsecond. Something we cannot do so well. But when it comes to holding multiple concepts in mind at once to come up with strategies and tactics to invent such things, instead of just finding them through trial and error, that is where a computer has shortcomings. Cannot hold multiple concepts and play them against each other and intuit it certainly cannot hold true mutually exclusive concepts the way humans can. And maybe someday some breakthrough will allow for a change there, but I don't think it's likely, and I'm not holding my breath on it. I think if you want computers to be that kind of powerful, you're going to need to go to organic designed computers, and that point things will get pretty wacky. Pretty sure I haven't counted this up right from the way things are. Well, no. 60 and 60. Yeah, there's something off there. But that's fine. I'll build more or delete whatever needs to be done.
Construction complete.
I'm actually underneath my fleet capacity. That's kind of awesome. I'm over my starbase capacity, but it's not by much. Shortly after this begins, actually thinking maybe you should start from here and go here, save me a little bit of a time.
Star system charted.
I want to get a little bit more alloys in the bank because while I'm doing the war, I won't be able to focus so much on the upgrades, and sooner or later I'm going to run out of alloys.
Vessels upgraded. Vessels upgraded.
I think this will be enough though. Just have to wait for all of my shit to get together. Yeah, I seem to have an extra 10 ships.
Technology secured.
Definitely do.
Star
But that's
system
okay.
charted.
I think that would be nice. I'm up to 45,000 for being able to hold resources. Pretty sweet. How do you guys look now? Pathetic. What? You went from equivalent to pathetic? Did I build that many ships that they went from equivalent to pathetic? Guess maybe I did. What do I got? I got 12 times 60. That's 720 ships. Did that work out? Pretty close. Yeah, 720 plus the 10 is 730. So I guess I was around 500 or something, 200 corvettes. I guess. Alright. Sucks to be you guys. You had a chance at one point.
Power is hailing us.
What's this? Suddenly I'm seeing United Nations of Earth. Guess it sucks to be a human in this galaxy.
Technology secured.
Plasma accelerators. Very tasty. Very, 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 very tasty. That means another upgrade to the fleets. Except I'm getting... Am I not? Nope. What do I have for lasers? UV. Oh, they came with me. Good for them.
Vessels upgraded. Vessels upgraded.
Did lose a few ships. Don't have them yet. I'm learning them, but I don't have them yet. And yet another segment begins. Just a few seconds ago, the last video cut out.
Construction complete. Star system charted. Construction complete. Construction complete. Construction complete. Star system charted.
Crushing those puny organics.
Construction complete.
An actual battle. Oh, they got cruisers. They do not have
Vessels
my numbers, so damn.
Vessels upgraded. Vessels upgraded.
They got violated. Rip. You were just out and about, looking around. You heard some reports, you were going, I'm ahead of them in research. Well, at least for battle techs, I guess. Maybe something going on there. I thought I saw... No, X-ray is above UV. What am I thinking about? This guy's still exploring. Once he's done, I think he can come down and help with the debris. They're just getting destroyed. There seems to be a bunch of stuff in here. I seem to be breaking their toys. Oh. might as well build that stuff. Got all that debris. Ooh, that's actually some strength. Not quite as much as what I got here, but it's still some strength. Yeah, I got 4 fleets of 5,000 in here. They only got 2. That went down pretty quick.
Construction complete. Technology secured.
Exotic gases, nice. My minerals seem okay. I'm thinking more speed, better. Considering how much they got in here, I'm kind of just like, you know what? Hit them with everything.
Vessels upgraded. Vessels upgraded. Vessels upgraded.
Does bump me up to 820. This one though, yeah, I don't need trade. Don't need that. The massive swarm. This must be how the Scourge feels. Wow. I'm definitely taking some losses here. I'm glad I sent everything. We will not go out without a fight, but you will go down. Oh, more reinforcements for me. Bad news for them. It was a glorious battle and a glorious victory. I should be assessing my losses here. This one, where are you going to go if you do? Just there? Alright, this one is pretty hurting. The rest are in pretty good shape. So you and you can go down there. I'm actually thinking you're pretty decent shape too. You're definitely fine. And I need 32. That'll do. They don't need to be spec'd perfectly. They're just reinforcements. Oh, troops are eager to get going, and I can see why. Relatively undefended planet. Delicious.
Ground invasion force has seized the planet.
No, we found another fleet, and we are quite outclassing it. This is the next.
Vessels upgraded. Vessels upgraded. Construction complete.
The only way I'm gonna stop taking any losses is by getting battleships. Even then, I'll probably still take the odd one here and there, but heavily reduced. I think those two can stay there for the moment. These two can go chase that guy. It's only 2 fleets came in here, so it's going to be a scrap. Fortunately, it doesn't look like any of these guys have had a chance to recover from the first battles. Whereas the fleets that came here are pretty fresh and at very near full strength. Very, very nice. Colony ship and a science ship trying to get away. Oh, a fleet just showed up. My fleet is doing something wacky. It looked like maybe it was going to think about bombing the planet, and then it just kept going. And now, I don't know what it's doing. It's still in battle, but it's going off on its own. Apparently this is a valid military tactic. While in combat, you fly as far away as you can to the outer edge of the system, and then you just hang there for a while, leaving your friends to fight by themselves. Fortunately, they do seem to be up to the task, but I would really like to know what the hell you guys are doing. Well, at least someone came in and forced you to fight. At least for a little while. You're just still hanging out in the corner, though. You know what? You, sir, are fired. Get you replaced by just some random standard admiral. That's how displeased I am with your performance, Admiral. Your services are no longer required. Lord Vader. Deal with this trash.
Ground invasion force has seized the planet.
Excellent. Never like building over those, but gotta have the assembly yard in the first position.
Construction complete. Hulks vivisected.
There we go, finally get some research progress, other than just points. Points aren't terrible, but I want more than points. They're still on the way. They've got a long way to go, apparently. Damn. Let's back up a bit. Oof, yeah, I cut them apart. Didn't take very long either. I think holding those guys there is probably a decent idea. These guys can move up. Yeah, these guys can move in on this.
Vessels upgraded. Vessels upgraded.
If the fleet performs similarly this time, I might just disband it and replace it with new fleet. I will not abide such incompetence or willful neglection of duty. This is a war.
Enemy presence exposed.
I knew keeping a fleet here was a good idea. They're outclassed. That's mine, this is mine. "24 energy. Wow, that's delicious. I'm actually in the positives for energy. Of course, that's all the people I'm turning into batteries, I'm sure. Where are my troops? Over there. How about you go over here? I'm sure this is a tasty planet. This is apparently a place of great contention.
Construction complete. Enemy presence exposed. Vessels upgraded.
Those fleets are
Vessels upgraded.
definitely hurting.
Enemy presence exposed.
Too many things. I went too far. He's going there.
Star system charted.
Gonna have to take care of that chunk. Well,
Enemy presence exposed.
irrelevant. Where'd the other fleet go? Did it run
Enemy
away?
presence exposed.
Didn't get destroyed.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
I don't think that's really gonna work, but whatever. The buildings, if they do construct, and I think they will be ready for repair when the robot population grows to a sufficient number.
Construction complete. Vessels upgraded. Vessels upgraded.
More alloys for free.
Technology secured.
Let's just go for a hyperspeed bonus. Getting jump drive will be helpful. If they don't even think they can do it yet, then you can back off for now. "74 people.
presence exposed. Vessels upgraded. Vessels upgraded.
They're definitely putting up a fight, but it's not just them. Who else am I against here?
Vessels upgraded.
Pretty sure it was... Oh, I see. That's why the United Nations of Earth showed up right away. Wonder how many fights it took before I noticed there was two different empires. It's possible they just got here. If so, not the best allies. They're definitely putting the pressure on. And with that, I think these guys need a bit of a break.
Construction complete. Enemy presence exposed.
Let them take a couple of systems while my dudes have some recuperation time.
Vessels upgraded. Construction complete.
Does it really matter though? I guess it doesn't really matter. The war to the north has ended. Whereas in the south, there's not much left of these guys.
Vessels upgraded. Vessels upgraded.
I'm actually in the positives for energy. I am selling 1,000 alloys a month to have that, but still.
Vessels upgraded. Vessels upgraded.
My science ships should be very busily look at all the debris. Damn. I won't lie, they put a dent in my stuff.
Vessels upgraded. Vessels upgraded.
But it was just a dent.
Technology secure.
Sweet.
Enemy presence exposed. Vessels upgraded. Vessels upgraded. Vessels upgraded.
Of course, I had forgotten.
Construction